Shavua Tov, a gute Woche. I'm Rafael Rabinovich, and I would like to tell story number 160 of the Shivchei of Shem Tov, the oldest source of Baal Shem Tov stories ever published. Tonight's story is Maaseh Be'eshes Rav Zusman, story of Rav Zusman's wife. We'll see who this Rav Zusman was, who his wife was. As the author of the Shivchei of Shem Tov has been telling us some stories, now he says, and by the way, I will write the story I heard of Rav Moleinu Yechiel, the Av Beis Din of the Kehila of Kavale. Rav Yechiel of Kavale, and the story is not necessarily heard directly from the Rav, but is about the Rav, being a host of the Baal Shem Tov. So it's an indirect story, but now he wants to focus on that tzaddik. So he says, by the way, I will tell the story I heard of Rav Moreino Rav Yechiel, the Av Beis Din of the Kehila of Kavale, in the before mentioned city, meaning in the city of Kavale. In his city, there was a man called Rav Zusman, Rabbi Zusman, who was a very rich man. He was very prominent, very well known in the city. And once the Rav was coming out of his tefillah, his praying, his davening, in the Beis Medrash in the night of Shabbos, Erev Shabbos, Friday night, he was going toward his house and hears from the shul, from the synagogue, that they are just starting Kabbalah's Shabbos, just welcoming Shabbos. So he calls the shamash, the assistant, the person who runs the things in the synagogue, and ask him, why did they delay so much to begin welcoming Shabbos? I already finished, I'm going home, and you guys are just beginning. What's going on? So the shamash says that Rav Zusman was belayed in the fortress of the Poretz, and they were waiting for him. So Rav Yechiel said, and if Rav Zusman delays until tomorrow morning to come, you would begin Shabbos then? I mean, why are you waiting for? Well, the wife of Rav Zusman heard that the Rav said such words, and she said that even if the Rav Yechiel, would be davening in the shul, if they don't wait for my husband, she said, for Kedusha, for Barcho, and for Amen, I will close down this Beis Medrash of yours. In other words, they have to wait for him. Don't tell me they cannot wait for him, or I will close you down. I'll use my power against you. The Rav used to daven in a small room in the special Beis Medrash, and from there he could hear Kedusha, Barchu, and answer Amen. So in the morning, when the wife of Rav Zusman went to wash her face and her hands, as she was taking a towel to dry the hands and the face, she became immobilized. They ran to the Rav Yechiel, who was in the middle of his davening, his prayers, and in the moment that he recited at the end of Aleinu, Kadois ikadesu, they will be utterly destroyed, talking about the false gods, talking about the idolaters. He moved his hands in a certain way, and she fell dead. How do two things happen at the same time? How does that influence the other? This is the story they were telling about this Rav Yechiel of Kavale, and how apparently the arrogance of this Rav Zusman's wife, probably because of the power and the money, cost her such a tremendous, terrible end. It's a very strong story. I don't know what to make out of it, but it's in the book of Baal Shem Tov stories, and in the merit of all the stories of the Baal Shem Tov, and wishing for the Jews in the world to be safe, actually to be protected from all evil. For those who are captured in enemy hands, they should be immediately released. The corner of Eretz Israel that is in dispute should be strongly in Jewish hands, and we should know peace and security, safety, and all our problems should be resolved, and we should be blessed with everything I'm telling all the stories of the Shivchei Baal Shem Tov one by one, so please come to the channel, give me a like, subscribe. If you want to contribute to my translation of the stories, I really appreciate. See links below. I'm translating each story from Hebrew to tell it in the channel here in English and Spanish, and I'm presenting them in writing for the purpose of having the book published, B'Ezrat Hashem, this Jewish year in Spanish for the first time, the Shivchei Baal Shem Tov. Again, contributions from my efforts to this end. See links below. Shavua Tov, a gute Woche.